The film opens with the intriguing tale of a skilled assassin named Leon, entrusted with a dangerous mission to teach a formidable lesson to the notorious mafia chief, Malky. As darkness envelops the scene, Malky and his entourage stride confidently into a luxurious hotel, their presence oozing power. Unbeknownst to them, an unforeseen twist of fate awaits. A shiver runs down the spine of one of Malky's subordinates as he timidly relays a message from an unexpected visitor. A chill in the air freezes the breath in his lungs as he turns to behold Leon, his deadly firearm trained with unwavering precision. In the blink of an eye, the tension crescendos as Malky commands his men to permit this enigmatic figure entry. However, chaos erupts with startling speed as Leon swiftly dispatches each of Malky's henchmen. The reverberation of gunshots pierces the air, a haunting symphony that reaches Malky through the device in his trembling hand. Panic seizes his senses as he barks urgent orders to his remaining loyalists, their once unshakable facade now fractured. Yet, before they can retaliate, Leon effortlessly dismantles their defenses, leaving Malky gripped by an overwhelming dread that compels him to desperately dial the authorities, his final act of surrender. Regrettably, just as Malky's trembling finger reached for the dial, an unexpected twist unfolded. Emerging from the shadows, Leon materialized behind him, revealing that his orders were not to terminate Malky, but merely to impart a harsh lesson. However, Leon sternly urged Malky to swiftly flee the city, leaving him bewildered and perplexed as Leon vanished into thin air, like a ghostly apparition. Having fulfilled his enigmatic task, Leon retreated to the solace of his apartment. Yet his sanctuary was disturbed when his gaze fell upon a young girl named Mathilda, her face marred by the cruel aftermath of abuse. Mathilda, a fellow dweller in the same abode as Leon, bore the scars of mistreatment inflicted by her own parents. Concern etched upon his features, Leon inquired about her well-being, only to be met with a resolute declaration that her hardships were of no concern to him. And so, with a heavy heart, Leon withdrew into the confines of his dwelling, leaving Mathilda to grapple with her pain alone. In a chilling turn of events, Stansfield and his band of corrupt police emerged from Mathilda's dwelling. Their ruthless interrogation of Mathilda's father, Lando, reverberated through the building. Accused of pilfering Stansfield's stash of illicit substances, Lando stood on the precipice of survival as Stansfield issued a grim ultimatum: surrender the drugs by afternoon or face the dire consequences. As Stansfield and his henchmen departed, leaving a cloud of tension in their wake, an agitated Lando vented his fury upon Mathilda. Little did they know that their anguish was being observed from the shadows. Leon, silently lurking behind the door of his abode, bore witness to the unfolding drama. Seizing the moment of respite, he swiftly closed the window, meticulously arranging his arsenal before collapsing onto a worn sofa, ever watchful in case danger materialized without warning. The sun rose on a new day, casting its light upon the strained dynamics within Mathilda's fractured family. Self-absorption consumed each member, from the stepmother Ellen, who sought solace in the embrace of alcohol, to Mathilda's preoccupied father, lost in the depths of his own endeavors. Even her older sister Elizabeth showed no care for Mathilda's well-being. Amidst this apathy, Mathilda found solace and adoration in her beloved younger brother Carl. Restless and weary of the constant domination of the household television by Elizabeth, Mathilda dared to challenge the status quo. With a flick of her determined fingers, she defiantly changed the channel, provoking Elizabeth's wrath, resulting in a merciless beating. Driven to seek respite in the open air, Mathilda chanced upon an unexpected encounter with Leon. Glimpsing Mathilda's bruised visage, Leon's heart brimmed with empathy. Moved by compassion, he extended a helping hand, offering her money to purchase the nourishment her soul craved. Brimming with joy, Mathilda eagerly dashed to the convenience store, visions of her favorite treats. In a harrowing twist of fate, as Mathilda ventured into the world outside, Stansfield and his menacing cohorts returned to Lando's abode. Swift as vengeful shadows, they unleashed a merciless storm upon the unsuspecting Ellen and Elizabeth, snuffing out their lives with callous disregard. With death's pall hanging heavy in the air, Stansfield closed in on the now trembling Lando, demanding to know the whereabouts of the hidden drugs. Yet, Lando's lips remained sealed, unyielding in his defiance. Undeterred, Stansfield ordered his men to ransack the house in a frenzied quest for the elusive stash. Meanwhile, hidden beneath the sanctuary of a bed in the very room being torn asunder, young Carl cowered in terror. His innocent eyes filled with fear, he fought to stifle his trembling breaths, praying not to be discovered. Lando, his spirit aflame with rebellion, seized a rifle, mustering his last shred of defiance. In a desperate act of resistance, he unleashed a hail of bullets, leaving a trail of injured bodies in his wake, even managing to wound Stansfield's hand. Tragically, as Carl emerged from his hiding place, seeking escape from the horrors that surrounded him, a cruel twist of fate played its hand. Lando's gunfire found its mark, claiming the life of his own beloved son. And in the cruel aftermath, with a final act of retribution, Stansfield extinguished the flickering light that remained within Lando's being. As Mathilda returned from her errand, laden with groceries, a facade of indifference masked her deep concern for her besieged family. Aware that the assailants may still be lurking, she ventured purposefully toward Leon's dwelling, cunningly evading suspicion and obscuring her true connection to Lando's kin. With trepidation etched upon her face, Mathilda rapped urgently on Leon's door, desperate for sanctuary. After an agonizing wait, just as panic threatened to consume her, the door swung open, and Leon's sheltering refuge enveloped her. With Stansfield and his malevolent entourage vanishing into the night, Mathilda, no longer constrained by pretense, released her pent-up sorrow. The devastating truth pierced her heart as she learned of Carl's tragic fate, a victim of the ruthless attack. Time passed, and as her emotions steadied, Mathilda's curiosity compelled her to inquire about Leon's enigmatic profession. His answer hung heavy in the air: he was a contract killer. Her fascination piqued, she probed further, seeking insights into the fees he commanded. Yet, sensing the danger of delving deeper, Leon deftly redirected her focus, urging her to find solace in much-needed rest. As dawn broke, rousing Mathilda from her slumber, she wasted no time in seeking out Leon's presence. With a determined fire in her eyes, she posed a daring proposition. If she could gather enough money, would he be willing to exact vengeance upon her brother's murderer? However, Leon's refusal echoed through the room, urging her to cast aside the painful past. But Mathilda, defying expectations, declared her desire to step into the world of assassins, even seizing Leon's own firearm to prove her conviction. Startled by her audacity, Leon extended an unexpected invitation. They would seek refuge in a nearby hotel. Stepping into the hotel's sanctuary, Leon wove a web of deception, proclaiming Mathilda as his daughter, an aspiring musician destined to practice upon the grand balcony. To quell any suspicions, he discreetly informed the receptionist of their arrangement, urging her not to be startled by any commotion emanating from their quarters. Ascending to the balcony, the duo embarked upon an unorthodox training session. Leon, a master of his craft, patiently guided Mathilda in the art of sniping, positioning her sights upon a government official executing target practice. With precision that belied her tender age, Mathilda's shot rang out, sending ripples of panic through the bodyguard's ranks. Little did they know the ammunition was merely paintball. In the days that followed, Leon embarked on an intensive regimen of training Mathilda. Together, they engaged in rigorous physical exercises, honing her strength and agility. He imparted his vast knowledge of weapon maintenance, teaching her the meticulous art of cleaning firearms. Leon's care extended beyond combat skills. He nourished her with wholesome meals, recognizing the importance of a healthy body and mind. Furthermore, he entrusted Mathilda with the sacred duty of tending to his cherished houseplants, a testament to the bond they were forging. On a fateful day, Leon sought out Tony, a longtime ally who served as their intermediary in the dangerous world they inhabited. Their relationship bore the mark of years spent in each other's company, built on trust and mutual understanding. Leon confided in Tony, entrusting him with the substantial earnings accumulated from his work. As Leon retrieved a portion of his savings, Tony playfully assumed it was for a romantic partner, reminding Leon to exercise caution with women. Denying any such connection, Leon clarified that he did not have a girlfriend. Grateful for Tony's friendship, Leon expressed his paternal affection by using a portion of his funds to purchase clothing for Mathilda, whom he regarded as his own daughter. On another somber day, consumed by longing for her lost brother, Mathilda resolved to venture back to her childhood home. Her purpose was twofold: to retrieve Carl's cherished doll, a token of their bond, and to uncover the hidden money concealed beneath the floorboards by Lando. However, fate had other plans in store. As Mathilda arrived, she found herself thrust into a perilous predicament when Stansfield and his investigators materialized at the scene. She hid, eavesdropping on their conversation, unraveling the dark truth. Stansfield, the orchestrator of her family's demise, had brazenly bribed the very investigators tasked with uncovering the truth. Their unholy alliance burned in Mathilda's ears, fueling a fire of vengeance. Stansfield's fury flared, reprimanding the investigators for their untimely intrusion, demanding their presence at his office for a hush payment. When they departed, Mathilda, like a phantom, trailed Stansfield, determined to unveil the location of his office. As the afternoon sun cast its weary glow, Leon returned home, weary from the day's tasks. Little did he expect the profound revelation awaiting him. Mathilda, bearing the weight of stolen money, implored him to end Stansfield's reign of terror. She divulged her knowledge of Stansfield's office, desperate for retribution. However, Leon, driven by wisdom, urged her to relinquish the path of vengeance, warning her of the guilt that would consume her soul. Denied her plea, Mathilda pressed the barrel of Leon's gun against her own temple, a haunting testament to her determination. In a heart-wrenching impasse, she presented her ultimatum. Either Leon joined forces with her, allowing her to bury her grudge in the pursuit of their shared work, or she would choose the path of self-destruction. Reluctantly, Leon yielded to the weight of her plea, reluctantly embracing her as a partner in their treacherous world of assassinations. Before embarking on their joint mission, Leon guided Mathilda to meet Tony, their trusted ally. Yet, Tony's initial reservations arose as Mathilda's tender age painted her as an unlikely companion. Undeterred, Mathilda wove a web of deceit, claiming to be 18 years old, until eventually Tony relented, granting her entrance into their dangerous world. As time passed, Mathilda's skills grew, seamlessly adapting to her role as Leon's aide, tending to essential tasks such as sealing doorways and preparing weapons. In a moment of contemplation, Leon visited Tony, his confidant, sharing his fears of a potential demise during their perilous missions. He beseeched Tony, pledging that if he were to meet his untimely end, all his remaining savings should be entrusted to Tony's care, with the sole purpose of providing for Mathilda. Recognizing the depth of their bond, Tony solemnly agreed to honor Leon's request. Upon returning to the hotel, Leon, burdened by the weight of imminent danger, implored Mathilda to remain at their home. In the depths of the afternoon, a relentless determination still coursing through her veins, Mathilda found herself alone at home, haunted by the unrelenting grudge against Stansfield. Unable to quell her thirst for vengeance, she concocted a clever ruse, disguising her true intentions as a delivery of food to Stansfield's office. Hidden within the innocuous package lay her concealed weapon, a potent symbol of her unwavering resolve. As she stepped into the police station, the guards remained blissfully unaware of her true purpose. Seizing the moment, Mathilda stealthily trailed Stansfield as he made his way towards the restroom. Unbeknownst to her, Stansfield possessed knowledge of her surveillance, prompting him to confront her, demanding an explanation for her presence within the confines of the police station. With raw determination, Mathilda bared her soul, confessing her desire for retribution against the man who had stolen her younger brother's life. In a chilling moment, Stansfield brandished his firearm, threatening to reunite her with her lost loved one. However, their confrontation was abruptly interrupted as one of Stansfield's men burst into the restroom, delivering the news of his right-hand man's demise at the hands of a hired killer. In a clandestine transaction, Stansfield's trusted right-hand man engaged in a dubious deal with the mafia. However, the shadows concealed an unforeseen force as Leon emerged, extinguishing the man's life. News of this sudden demise reached Stansfield, shocking him to the core. In a startling twist, he abandoned his plans to eliminate Mathilda, instead ordering his men to bring her to his inner sanctum, determined to unearth the identity of the hitman who had extinguished his confidant. Meanwhile, within the confines of his home, Leon discovered a heartfelt letter penned by Mathilda, bearing her profound apology. It revealed her unwavering resolve to exact vengeance upon Stansfield. The weight of the moment hung heavy upon Leon as realization dawned. He must hasten to rescue Mathilda from the clutches of Stansfield. With fierce determination, Leon raced to Stansfield's office, unleashing his fury upon the guards who sought to impede him. Two of Stansfield's henchmen fell to Leon's deadly skills, paving the way for his triumphant rescue of Mathilda, ultimately leading them both to safety. Under the cloak of night, Mathilda, yearning for connection, summoned the courage to inquire about Leon's past. As their voices mingled in the dimly lit room, Leon revealed the tragic tale of his late wife, who had been taken from him in a devastating car accident. The weight of his sorrow hung heavy in the air. He also shared a conflicted truth, his own familial ties to Stansfield. In a twist of fate, Leon's father had once served under Stansfield's employ, indirectly receiving support that sustained their family. However, Leon vowed that if Stansfield ever posed a threat to Mathilda's safety, he would not hesitate to exact his revenge. Meanwhile, Stansfield and his loyal men descended upon Tony's residence, interrupting a celebration of his grandson's birthday. Fury etched upon his face, Stansfield seethed with anger upon learning that the perpetrator responsible for the death of his men was none other than Leon, a trusted agent in Tony's ranks. Stansfield, determined to eradicate this threat, coerced Tony into revealing the whereabouts of Leon's dwelling, fueling his thirst for vengeance. The following day, Mathilda embarked on a routine grocery run, unaware of the impending danger lurking in the shadows. As she neared Leon's dwelling, an abrupt ambush ensnared her within the clutches of troops dispatched by Stansfield. Their purpose? To capture Leon. Determined to reach their quarry, some of Stansfield's men breached the threshold of Leon's apartment, only to be met with a resounding symphony of gunshots. When the door swung open once more, the lifeless bodies of Stansfield's henchmen lay in testament to Leon's lethal prowess. Undeterred by the initial setback, Stansfield mobilized additional troops, their resolve bolstered by the desire to subdue Leon. Yet, with each subsequent attempt to breach the fortified apartment, Leon's unwavering marksmanship continued to strike down their ranks. The surviving troops, gripped by mounting anxiety, cautiously approached the precipice of Leon's refuge. In a moment of revelation, Leon materialized before them, his steady hand holding a weapon, issuing a demand for Mathilda's release. Cornered and outmatched, the troops begrudgingly yielded to Leon's ultimatum, conceding to his terms. With one troop member now held hostage, Leon held a tenuous advantage in the ongoing battle for survival. As they sought refuge within the confines of the house, Leon assessed the safety of their surroundings, determining that it was time to make their daring escape. With resolute determination, he shattered the wall of the air duct, crafting an avenue for their flight to freedom. Mindful of his beloved plant, he carefully wrapped it and lowered it into the opening, a poignant symbol of hope. Yet Mathilda, upon realizing that the air duct could only accommodate one person, steadfastly refused to abandon Leon. Unyielding, he implored her to flee, assuring her that he would join her once he dealt with the encircling police forces. In a heartfelt moment, he entrusted her with a crucial message. Should he not survive, she must seek out Tony, bearing all the remaining savings entrusted to him. Reluctantly, Mathilda departed, leaving behind the man who had become a mentor and a father figure. Moments later, an unexpected missile penetrated the apartment, erupting in a cataclysmic explosion. As the police force stormed the scene, they discovered a lone injured officer amidst the wreckage, swiftly securing him for medical aid. Unbeknownst to them, the injured officer concealed a remarkable secret. It was Leon, disguised and unrecognizable to his pursuers. Exploiting their oversight, he skillfully slipped away. As Mathilda made her way to Tony's residence, Leon, resolute in his mission, prepared to depart the apartment. Yet, in a sudden twist of fate, Stansfield ambushed him, leaving him defenseless. In a final act of defiance, Leon handed Stansfield the key to the explosives scattered throughout the apartment, sealing their fates in a catastrophic explosion. Together, they perished, locked in an eternal dance of retribution and sacrifice. Meanwhile, Mathilda, having sought refuge with Tony, delivered Leon's final wishes. However, instead of the expected solace and support, Tony, burdened by grief and anger, viewed Matilda as the catalyst for Leon's demise. Offering her meager financial aid, he demanded she vanish from his life forever. In the closing moments of the film, Matilda, now residing in an orphanage, ventured into the world beyond its confines. There she tenderly planted Leon's cherished plant, an enduring testament to their intertwined spirits and the legacy of the father-daughter bond they forged in the face of adversity. Moral lesson from the story is that compassion and sacrifice can make a lasting impact. By showing kindness and being willing to put others before ourselves, we can create a better world and inspire others to do the same.